Hey everyone, Thornton here, and you might have noticed that Helldivers 2 is going through a lot of changes recently. We just got the new Warbond. We are also getting a bunch of buffs and nerfs and balance updates. Along with that, a new enemy faction is coming right around the corner. And we're going to go over exactly what they're doing to fix the game to make it have a long-term successful future and what else they are planning down the line. But without further ado, let's talk about Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 has received another significant balance patch, much to the delight of its dedicated player base, myself included, especially after the last debacle, which involved some devs and a little bit of backlash. Now, this update brings a plethora of positive changes, including nerfs to troublesome enemies like the armored bugs, which was impacting a ton of players. There were also adjustments to operation modifiers and the introduction of exciting new content through the cutting-edge premium Warbond, which is great. We always like new stuff to grind for, and this game is no slouch when it comes to giving us new stuff. Additionally, there's anticipation building for the potential introduction of the Illuminate faction, as the Terminids are absolutely getting crushed this week. Now, one of the most notable changes in the latest patch that you might have noticed is the challenging nature of certain enemies, such as Chargers and Bile Titan. These foes have been a source of frustration for players, especially after they made them a lot stronger or a lot more of them running around on the map, and they really disrupt a lot of the gameplay with their just, attacks. However, Arrowhead Studios has taken a decisive action to mitigate these issues following that backlash where some devs went off against some Reddit users. The patch reduces the health of the Chargers' heads, making them more vulnerable to precise shots from weapons like the recoilless rifle and the EAT-17, and it actually enhances the effectiveness of well-equipped groups against these enemies now. It's a little bit more balanced and an enjoyable gameplay experience because, once again, this is a co-op game to play with your friends. You can always turn up the difficulty if you want to make it harder, but they should also have the lower settings more enjoyable for those that just want to hang out and have a good time. They also address the enemy spawn rates, particularly once again for the Chargers and Bile Titans on the higher difficulty levels. Players will encounter fewer of them now, which alleviates a lot of the frustration because, while it is fun to see a giant horde come after you, sometimes it's just a little too much. I know we've all been there. Additionally, there is the removal of the electronic countermeasures operation modifier, which eliminates the unpopular feature that disrupted player strategies, which overall, once again, gameplay experience through the roof. This game is crushing it pretty much on every level with their responsiveness and giving us new stuff. Speaking of new stuff they're giving us, we have the new cutting edge premium Warbond, which gives us a ton of new stuff to grind, like exclusive weapons, gear, and armor if you haven't seen so already. It's non-time limited battle pass. Thank God that we're moving in a direction where battle passes are not time induced. That is probably my biggest issue with a lot of the other battle passes in other games, is that you have to do it in a certain amount of time. You can just grind this out whenever you want. Playing at your own pace is really, really good and really, really consumer friendly. It provides flexibility and it gives you a lot more value for you as a player, your investment. There's also inclusion of new weapons in this, such as the LAS-16 sickle and the SG-AP Punisher plasma, which just gives you more ways to play the game and more strategic options to kill all the bugs or the automatons. But you better be ready on unlocking all these weapons, because it looks like we're gonna have the introduction of the Illuminate faction coming on the horizon, and everyone is kind of wondering what this means for the future of Helldivers 2. And the developers at Arrowhead Studios have not officially confirmed the addition of the Illuminate. There are clues within the game and data mine information that suggest their imminent arrival. I mean, these things were actually found in the data mine files the same time the mechs were, and well, we have mechs now, so it should be pretty easy to see the connection there. There's references to the Illuminate in dialogue and reports of mysterious lights in the sky that are actually fueling the speculation. There's even a post on Reddit that shows that the Illuminate faction is a presence that Super Earth is dealing with right now. So in case you don't know, in Helldivers 1, the Illuminate were a pretty formidable challenge to players. They had advanced defensive technologies, and also this will be our first enemy that has psychic abilities. If implemented in Helldivers 2, it'll be a brand new type of challenge and engage in intense battles against these kind of squid-like beings. We just, like I said, got the introductions of mechs in previous updates, and it'll be interesting to see if these will give us the necessary firepower to combat the Illuminate's superior defenses, because it's going to be a major issue going up against enemies that can hit us with some ranged attacks that are most likely psychic in nature. Overall, the last balance patch and the introduction of the cutting-edge premium Warbond shows Arrowhead is doing a fantastic job listening to community feedback, player feedback, and also a strong sense of understanding and self-awareness of what they need to do to make this the most enjoyable experience for us all to enjoy. Let me know down below if you guys been enjoying Helldivers 2, and what kind of adjustments would you make if you were a member at Arrowhead Studios. Also, don't forget to check my other videos out right here, where I cover a bunch of different topics on all different types of video games. And until next time, everyone, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.